Uh, hi, before we start the video where I teach you how to modeling a head, I'm going to show to you some proportions rules that will help you to understand what I'm doing in the modeling. How the skull volumes over the skin will be responsible for the volumes of the face. So the first volume that I want to show to you is the zygomatic bone volume, and is that this bone here that you can see. If you can notice, we have this angle here for the outside of the going to outside of the cheek and enter here in the cheek. So this can be very visible when we are modeling our face. So this is one of the volumes most important on the face of our character. We get the wider part of the zygomatic bone. In the frontal view, we can notice there are inclination points to the chin. Another important volume is the mandible chin bone. This volume is kind of a pyramid or a triangle here, and visible when you are looking to a human face. So it's cool to notice this volume when we are modeling our character. Another volume that can be noticed by when you are looking to a human face, it's the eye orbital cavities. This edge here, you can notice it in the bottom part of the eye. When you are looking, you have your eye here, and you can notice it, this volume right here. And the cavity, it's not a perfect circle. If we stop to looking, we can see it's more kind of a rectangle with rounded corners. So this is important when we are trying to get a nice look to our face. This is a volume most of people when trying to model a human head don't model this part. When we are modeling our model, I show to you it's kind of simple to create this volume. It's more visible in male face. In the female face are not too much visible. Since our character is a male character, we must to create this volume here. And another volume important to our character is the superciliar arch. Another volume very important is the zygomatic process bone. It's here. It's this area. It's linked with the zygomatic bone and create a good volume here. So we need to create this volume when we are modeling. Here is an example. like the Mike Tyson. It's have a big volume in this area, because this bone over the skin. Here are some volume points that are important to us because show the larger part of the head. Let me change the color to red to be more clear to see. This part of the head is the big part of the head, so it's important to notice this to create a good head volume. And the taller part of the head, it's in the middle part of the skull. It's in the same direction of the ear. We can notice here the hole of the ear. And another part important, it's this part, the middle part, looking in the side view of the head. This part is almost in the same direction of the top part of the eye. It's if we get the eye orbital cavity, it's kind of in the same direction of the top part of this cavity. And another point important, it's when we start the nape, it's in the same direction of the bottom of the nose. So if we draw here the nape, we have the start of the nape here, going to the back. See? Let's go to the shapes of the forehead. We have 3 shapes here. It's a round area, but to modeling and get the perfect volume, we can create some shapes to help us. And we have a flattening area here, another flattening area here, and another one as well on the other side. If we you notice here, we have the angle here, like a division, but this division can be different. It's important to follow the reference and notice how much this division is happening in your reference. And another shape, it's the temporal shape, as you can see here. So basically we have a flattened shape here. Some people, when are modeling the character, make a big hole in this area. It's not totally true, and we can't forget in the face we have the bottom of the muscles, and this muscle here, as you can see, it's linked to the mandible, and we have this hole here, but we have the muscle filling this hole, so we can't do a hole here. When we are modeling the head, we can notice this muscle here. While we are modeling our head, I show to you guys how to modeling this area properly and don't create a wrong hole here. And most of the models that I saw in the internet have this hole here, and it's not true. To understand more about proportions and reference, after showed it to you the volumes created by the school in the face. I use this scanned 3D model. You can download in this address here. It's a cool model that can help you to learn about proportions and help you in your studies. And because that I am using to show you some rules here and show these rules work in the real head where you have the 3D model to comparison. First of all, the proportions of the head are based on the orthographic view. So with a orthographic view, it's a view without perspective. So all of the proportions work when we are working the head without perspective, because perspective creates some distortions in the head. It's important when you are modeling, turn off and turn on the perspective while we are modeling to see how you feel about your model. So you use the orthographic view to apply the rules that I am teaching you, but to feel if your character is looking good, you need to turn on the perspective. Another thing that it's important is how much perspective you need to feel your character. Normally I use field of view of 25. Here we can compare the same model without perspective in a orthographic view, and the another one with perspective. It's a field of view of 50, and it's kind of too much and is creating too much distortion in your head. You can see the width of the head looks different because of the distortion. Field of view of 50, it's almost 48 millimeters length in comparison with a real camera. It's not a good field of view to work for modeling, because that I use the value of the 25. Then you have to choose a more clear view of your model and not too much distortion that can trick us when we are modeling. So this is the scanned 3D model with your perspective, and I start to show you the rules. The first rule that I'm going to show to you guys, it's this rule, and if you get the top part of the head and the bottom part of the head and just divide this distance in the middle, we can find the position of the eyes. If you get, as you can see, this is the side of our head, and if this volume is divided in the middle, we find almost the position of the eyes. In this case, we can notice the eyes of this person is too much higher and the good position. That's normal. If we can stop to think about this, we have the rules, but the position of the position or proportion of the human head follow these rules, but not exactly. Or if all people have the same position of the eyes and size of the eyes, everyone you have the same face. Because the people have different faces is because the naturally don't follow exactly the rules. This rule is for the perfect head that I am showing to you, but most of the people don't follow all the proportions exactly, because that's natural. If we got pictures from another people, we can notice most of the people have the eyes in the center of this area. Other people you'll be a little bit higher, and another people will be a little bit lower, but most of the people you follow this rule. I will show another example that the eye of the person is exactly in the center of this volume. So when you see another people's face, don't mean all the rules here need to fit with the people's face, but almost of the rules you fit with these proportions. The next rule of proportions is the rule of 3/2. That means the human head have a width of 2 units and a height of 3 units. It's the square unit here. So every time that you need to check if your head has the right size, just follow this rule and everything looks good. In the side view, we can see this red square. It's because this part of the head fits to the square. The next step is that we can, if we get a human head and get this area here, we can notice this area have the same size of this area and have the same size of this area. So if we get the bottom part of the chin and go to the bottom part of the nose, we can compare with the same size of the bottom part of the nose to the top part of the eyes. And if we get the top part of the eyes and go to the hair roots, and we can notice it's the same size. So every time you have modeling your character to see where starts the hair of your character, we can use these proportions, and to see if your nose it have a good size, you can just use this measure. Once time again, we can check here the wider part of the head and the taller part of the head here, the nape here, as I showed it to you. The wider back part of the head is in the same direction of the eye. The nape here is the same direction of the bottom part of the nose. Now talking about the ear, most of the people will have the ear between the top parts of the eye, between a little bit the bottom part of the eyebrow until the bottom part of the nose. So the ear is in this area. If we check this guy, we can notice the ear. It's lower and smaller than the perfect position, and when, as I told you, not everyone's head you follow the rules. So the ear of this guy is not following the rules, but it is actually this that make us different from each other, and no one have the same face. This is the eyebrow lines. if we get the width part of the nose and create a line passing to the width part of the eye here and keep going, we can find the width part of the eyebrow. So if we create another line from the width part of the nose onto the inner part of the eye, we can find the another point of the eyebrow, the inner part of the eyebrow. If we create another line from this point passing to the edge of the iris, we can find the higher part of the eyebrow. See, I am drawing here. The higher point. Okay, in the side view it's the same. So it's to find the eyebrow, perfect eyebrow, just use these rules. But there are some people that can have some eyebrows doing this, and another people where the eyebrow come to here, but it's normally. But what I'm showing to is the rules for a perfect eyebrow. But some people in the real life can have this type of eyebrows here. So let's talk about the eyes side. In the orthographic view, we can notice that we have 5 eyes of width, and the distance between the left and right eye is another eye, and the distance from the eye to the width part of the head and the side part of the head is another eye. But this really works in the orthographic view. So because I told you, it's important while modeling, turn on and turn off the perspective just to use these rules properly. This is another important rule to create the inner part of the mouth and the teeth, and create the right side of the jaw and mandible teeth. You can create this line. It's a line created from the center of the iris until the bottom of the head, and so the jaw and the mandible teeth have the width of these lines here. So the teeth need to fit inside this eye. Now talking about the nose and the mouth. The nose, most of the nose have the width of the distance between the eyes. It's most of the size of an eye. And the mouth, we created a line from the inner part edge of the iris until the bottom of the head. You can find the width of the mouth. The mouth will be almost of the size here. As I tell you when showing the skull bones and the volumes of the skull that can create in your our face. This is the cheekbone or zygomatic bone angle. If we can notice the zygomatic bone here, and we can see the angle in the face created by zygomatic bone. And another important line is the line that go from the tip of the nose until the tip of the chin. We can see the movie follow this angle. As you saw on the school reference, we can notice here the inclination of the zygomatic bone pointing to the chin. Some beginning artists create move like this, looking like a cartoon move, but more realistic moves have this type of shape. This is the chin line created by just 3 lines here. We can solve the geometric form of the chin. This one is created by the mandible bone to the triangle chip in the mandible bone. And this is the nose line. It's kind of the same of the chin line, and we can see the chin line go this, this, and this. We can see the geometrical form of the nose. Right now, checking the shape of the eye. It's kind of stairs like this, and this is the inclination. This inclination can change to face, but always this inclination will happen in the human face. That inclination can be like this or like this, but you need to create this inclination in the human face. This is the main shapes of the head. Almost of the lining of the head, it's created by these shapes here. And another shape, important shape that I am showing you here. As you can notice, this area is more lighted than the side areas here. If you turn off here, this area is very lighted, and here we have some shadows because the shapes that I showed it to you here. These shapes are very important to have a good lighting in the face of your character. Let's take a break and see you in the next video.
学习过程中还有疑问，可以立即加入正版课程的学习交流群，讲师实时在线答疑，与精英学员互相学习。还可以登录一湖网搜索课程 ID 号，获取完整学习课件、工程文件等资料，扫一扫，任何问题小美湖都能帮助你啦。